I have no relationship with the woman. I wrote a letter to her after the election asking for a meeting. She did not respond, did not accept my invitation. I've met multiple times with Dr. Sherman and with Mr. Mason. I've met even with my counterparts on the ministerial side because I'm Aboriginal Affairs and Intergovernmental Affairs critic. So I've met with both Cal Dallas and with Robin Campbell. But she's not been interested in having a meeting with me. I'll keep asking, but
If you walk past her in the hall, just,
I get the death glare. And maybe it's her legal training. I don't know, because I'm not a lawyer, as she likes to point out whenever I ask a question in the legislature.
Yeah,
but
my cousin's a lawyer.
it could be that because of her legal training, she's able to make a passionate argument on both sides of the issue and believe that both sides are absolutely true, even when they're in conflict. Because you can see that a lawyer needs to have that discipline, depending on who's paying their bill, the plaintiff or the defendant. But it doesn't work very well in politics. I think part of the reason Ms. Redford gets herself into such difficulty is that she's just absolutely incapable of admitting when she's made a mistake. And so when she's confronted with a signed piece of paper with her own signature on it saying, no, look at this memo, you actually did make this decision, she goes through a twisted pretzel logic to come up at the other end saying, no, I didn't. And so how that is going to work for her in the long run is anyone's guess, but I don't think it's a very good characteristic of a leader. I think a leader does need to have the humility to know when they've made an error and be able to correct it. And I think they also have to be prepared to stand by their decisions and defend them rather than run away from them. And I think they also have to keep their promises. You can't promise one thing to get elected and then do the exact opposite and expect that there aren't going to be consequences.